Good evening, gentlemen. It's Friday night. It's 9 o'clock. It's September the 15th. Yes, the nights are well and truly drawing in now. So good evening to everyone. And if you're watching this on replay, hello, good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. Okay, so let me just say hello to a few people first of all. Richard O, good evening, mate. Nice of you to join us. Thanks. Leeds is here. Yes. John Mitch is here. Good evening. Winter weather on its way. Okay. Very autumnal now. Time to start packing for warmer climates. Yeah, feeling that way. Oh, making plans, mate. Making plans. Dr. Nostradamus, not Nostradamus. Oh, okay. Dr. Van Nostrand. Okay. No, I'm not late. Anyway, let me just see. Let me just go down to the. Let me just say, is the sound and vision all right? Is it everything okay? The hot chocolate is all right. Sound and vision okay? Is it? Yes. Okay. I'm assuming it is because I can. Yeah, I just scroll to the bottom of the chat now. Yeah, okay. Okay. Lord of Dreams is here. Evening, Mr. Ed. Okay. That sounds like a movie title, that doesn't it? Or a Netflix series. Lord of Dreams. That is a perfect. Yeah, perfect sound. Okay, and perfect is. Oh, we got that. All right. Well, I'll go back to the Watch Me Caller. Let's see. Richard O says, I head out next Tuesday back to Bangkok on EVA night flight. I apply online e-visa for a non-immigrant for a 90-day multiple entry. The visa was out 2 days later, 150 quid back next April. Okay, well, that's good for you. A non-immigrant for a 90-day multiple entry. Well, that's good. Well, good for you anyway, mate. I haven't tried that one yet. Good for you. Joe Hart is here. Wayne Ritchie is here. Nice to hear from you, mate. Wayne Ritchie says, hi, Eddie and everyone else in the chat. I'm making steak and baked potatoes. That sounds nice. Do you know what the cost of your book? I want to buy one. I haven't actually set the cost of it yet, but what I will say is that it will be a very, very reasonable price. And as for the book, hopefully that should be done within the next couple of weeks, by the end of September. I've finished it and I've even proofread it. And there's various things I've got to do. First of all, one of the first things I have to do, it's 11 chapters, and I've got to put all 11 chapters into one document. And I thought, oh, here we go. This is going to be a bit of a headache. But no, I've done it quite easily because what you do, it's on Google Docs. What you do is you download this app thing and then put all the create a new document and then do all the add-ons via this app. So I've got the whole of the book. It's only just over 100 pages anyway. I've got the whole of the book on one document. So now next I've got to format it. I've got to design a cover. I've got to do this, that, and the other. And it should be uploaded to Amazon within the next couple of weeks anyway. I haven't set on a price just yet, but thanks for asking. Sceneries is here. Nice to hear from you. Ian Bowden is here. Nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. Ian UK. I've met Ian UK. I've met Ian Bowden as well. Ian UK, good evening. Without doubt, the #1 channel on YouTube. I'll drink to that. I'll have a cup of hot chocolate to that. Now, that is very, very hot. Very, very hot. Nice to hear from you. Gemini Star, good evening to you. Yogi Bear, good evening, Ed and all. Never in human conflict. Of so many owed so much. Of so many owed so much to so few. It's 83 years today since the Battle of Britain. Okay. Cheers to the Battle of Britain. Those great RAF pilots saved us. Saved us from all atrocities and speaking German. Wonderful. So I'm not gonna, out of respect for the Battle of Britain and the wonderful pilots and Churchill and that famous line, I'm not going to mention the fact that we have invaders coming into our country left, right, and centre in this day and the age. And I'm sure a lot of those brave men would have turned in the grave if they didn't know what is happening in this day and age. But the Battle of Britain, wonderful. So, let's commemorate it. Gemini Star, Crypto Chris, nice to hear from you. John Atkinson, good evening, Mr. Steady. Are you going to Southeast Asia this winter? Well, you know what? I'm going abroad indefinitely next year. It could possibly be in the beginning of the year or in the spring. So I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't decided, but I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the options. Brian Street, nice to hear from you, mate. Wayne Vosper, nice to hear from you. Welsh boy Bobby is here. He's back on the beer. Oh, okay. Well, good for you, mate. As long as you don't overdo it. Welsh boy Bobby has a good channel. I do watch him, and he's got a really, really good channel anyway. And maybe get him on the show sometime anyway on the other channel, the travel channel. Tyrone is here. Nice to hear from you. Crypto Lord of Dreams. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Popcorn. Even that, no. Does anyone use cashback sites when booking their flights and accommodation? Do they actually pay up and rewards, top cashback, etc.? I've never used anything like that, so I can't really comment on that. I personally, and maybe someone else has. I haven't. Let's see. Ian Bowden says, good evening from Barbara too. She's looking forward to our Santorini trip next Thursday. Santorini, where is that exactly? That sounds Italian, doesn't it? Oh, well, have a lovely time. I've got a friend who's out in Italy right now. And then we will actually be talking about referring to Italy in tonight's show because there's important things to discuss. Have a great time anyway, Ian and Barb. Anyway, so have a great time. Yeah, we will be talking about Italy, in not really a good way. Lewis Bellingham, nice to hear from you. Tandra, nice to hear from you. Tandra, hi Eddie, hope you are well. Yeah, I'm okay, reasonably well. I've got a visit to the operating theatre, the surgery this weekend, and I want to get that nasty ordeal out of the way with. Somebody said to me the other day, Eddie, how did the operation go? I haven't actually had it yet, but by Monday evening, I will be able to tell you all about it. Just want a nasty ordeal over and done with. Nice to hear from you, Tandra. Wildcat 66. Long time no see, said Eddie. Can't believe how slim you look. Well done, mate. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for that, mate. Nice to hear from you. Let's see. Ian Bowden, I'm sick to the teeth of reading how the feminist-run media are trying to over-punish that frivolous Spanish FA man. So over the top. Well, I don't know. We discussed that the other week. He did wrong. He should have known better. He behaved like a bit of a dickhead, to be honest with you. He should have known better. So maybe I wouldn't read anything woke into that. I wouldn't. I'm not so sure they'll read anything woke into it. I think he behaved like a bit of a prat, and I've got no sympathy for him. I don't like touchy-feely people. Yeah, certain cultures are like that. Touchy-feely. I don't like all of that. He should have known better. Oh, nice hot chocolate. Nice Cadbury's hot chocolate. Bobby Crush. Eddie, will your book be available in my local library in the over 18 section? You never know. I haven't been into a library for a very, very long time. But if we get the paperback or even the hardback edition, and I'm not planning on doing that, I'm planning on the Kindle edition, the ebook edition. If we get that out, you never know. It will be in the over 18 section, definitely. It's for adults, definitely. There is something when you upload to Amazon. This Kindle. It checks. Certain boxes that you got to check. Is this adult material? Is it for the over 18s? And I'm going to check, yeah, it's for over 18s. It's not for under 18s, although they probably will read it anyway. Let's see. Yeah, Wayne Ritchie, I'll pay $20 USA for one boot. Well, that sounds like a good, but it's I don't think it'll be valued that high. Let me see. Yeah, Yogi Bear is answering Popcorn's question. If they are booked on the cashback site, yes, they do. Okay, okay. Bobby Cross. The cover of the book has to be a cross between Harry Enfield's curly-haired Scousers and Ladyboys. You know, I haven't decided what's good. I've got to be really, really patient because the cover of the book, you've got to download a site called Canva, which I haven't done yet. The actual cover of the book, that's very. It's like a thumbnail to a video. You know, it's. I don't want to overdo it, but that's very, very important. That it is very, very important. So I don't think any curly haired scousers are going to figure in it. Funnily enough, Wayne Kate Hired. Will I be able to buy your book at a car boot? When it's old, after I'm dead, probably. After I'm dead. Ian Bowden. Ian Bowden, is it just English ego deprived sados that buy these so-called dangerous bully dogs? Why have a dog like that? Well, that's a good question. That is a really, really, really good question. I mean, there are people. There was a guy who was killed. I don't know if it's been confirmed that it was those dogs, but a guy died today because he was killed by a couple of dogs, and I believe it was around Stoke area, and there was just being children mauled, and you know they are English eagles. But I mean, the thing is, they are prats. I mean, perhaps people would like to answer that. What kind of people buy these dangerous dogs? I think it's idiots who have them as a status symbol. Look at me, my dog's hard. My dog's hard, so therefore I'm hard. It's idiots who buy them. Yeah, you know. I mean, do you not think that we should all have a license? I mean, I wouldn't have them anyway, but it's about time that people had licenses for dogs because dogs can kill people. They can kill people. And for people who have those kind of dogs, I reckon if you're a dangerous dog, you have a deliberately dangerous dog, and then it goes ahead and kills somebody, you should get the severest of penalties because it was you who had a dog, a weapon that you shouldn't have had. Bobby Cross says, RAF beat the Germans as the. No, we don't want to get into that. We don't want to get into that. Jill, hey, Eddie, me and my fat wife have been. Jill, hey, Eddie, me and my fat wife have been up for Messiah for 4 weeks, leaving February the 20th. Think I will leave it up over there. I'm sure she'll love it. Couples go to Battaya and they love it. Cats and good coffee. Cats and good coffee. Nice to hear from you. Nice to hear from you. Gemini Star, we salute the Battle of Britain heroes. Okay, salute the Battle of Britain. That was probably the worst salute that you've ever seen, but I know what you mean, mate. Around Thailand, I'd rather speak German and have no immigrants. Sorry, mate, but they've got loads of them. Yeah, you know, I was in Germany. I traveled around Germany about 6 years ago, and they got loads of them, mate. If you think Germans are all blonde-haired, blue-eyed people, and go to Munich and Berlin and places like that. Welsh boy Bobby, Welsh boy Webby. Okay, I'd love to be on the show, Eddie. Okay, well, I'll tell you something. My StreamYard is going to run out soon because you know it's up to it for this yearly renewal very, very soon. But I got a message from. I've changed my credit card early this year, the actual bank card, the number. So they might not be able to take the payments out. So maybe I'd better get in touch with them and tell them I've got a new credit card. You know, but yeah, be fine that Welsh boy Webby. But I think on the travel channel, the other channel would better because this isn't essentially a travel channel. This one. Yeah, Richard O. I'd love a Battaya book, especially on the flight there. Can't wait to read yours. Okay, it's like you say, I've actually written it. It's all the technical stuff that I'm doing now. But I think I actually surpassed myself the other night when I sat down and thought I've got to put this thing together. And when I downloaded that app where I could put all the 11 chapters together into one document, yeah, I'm surprised how easy that I managed to do it. So I've still got more work. Hopefully, within the next couple of weeks, it'll be out. John Mitch, bets are you will not stay around for the winter. Well, I don't know. I just don't know. See how it goes anyway. I'm making a big move, so I'm not going to rush into it. You know what he said? You know what Elvis said? Only fools rush in. Yours travels. Nice to hear from you, mate. Bobby Crush, you'd be better off getting out as soon as possible and play it safe. That might be a good idea. Paul Hoskin, nice to hear from you. Did he have a dog in bar in Pattaya? Do they need one there? Do they need one there? Hopefully their doggies are a lot safer than British ones. Oh, Ian Bowden, Santorini is in Greece. Greece, okay, that's terrific. Greece is beautiful, and this time of year, September, it will be beautiful there. I mean, yeah, a lovely month with great weather. September is a really, really perfect month. So have a lovely time, mate. Have a really nice time. John Mitch, I use cashback sites. They do pay up. Okay. Cats and Good Coffee. Are you going to make a video about the passport bros phenomenon movement trend? I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not actually going to be doing that. I'm not actually sure who they are. Singapore, Dan, nice to hear from you. John Mitch, you're going to snip operation. I'll tell you when I've done it. I just want to get the nasty ordeal over and done with, and then we'll talk about it. Paul Hoskin, it gets a bit cold dogging in the UK. You're a dirty, dirty, dirty old man. Kiki and Jasmine, the invasion of the asylum seekers in Ireland is linked to the Rwanda Act in the UK. They ended up in Northern Ireland and crossed the Irish border and claimed asylum, destroyed their passports. Oh, I mean, you know, we're going to talk about it in a minute. It's getting ridiculous. Mister, no aortic surgery. No aortic surgery. Okay. Richie though, Ed, if you're in Bangkok, pop into Icon Siam's shopping mall food court. You know, I've been in lots of shopping mall food courts, and I've always thought I'm gonna do it. I'm going to order a meal there and then do a vlog, you know, of everything that, and I never get round to it. Somehow, when I'm there that time of day, I just don't feel like eating. Tony Travels, got a book title for you, The Rumpy Pumpy Chronicles. That sounds good, man. I think I might use that one as the sequel. I'm planning a sequel already. Mister says that with more harm or help. Okay. Around Thailand, idiots that think they're hard. Yeah, about those bloody those. I mean, why would anyone want one of those bully pit bulls? They're bloody ugly. They're ugly, and they don't really. They only want them because they think it's clever. I mean, the thing is, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, statistically, you've got a very, very slim chance of being killed by a dog, but when it happens, you know, it's dreadful. And those that say it's not the dogs, it's the owners. Come on, if it looks like a duck, it walks like a duck, then it probably is a duck. Those dogs statistically have a far higher, violence rate than other dogs. No doubt about it. Tamsa, Eddie, after watching one of your streams, I managed to change my eyesight to a better interest. You know what? Those bastards still haven't got back to me. They haven't got back after that fiasco the other week. They haven't even bothered getting back to me. I think because the idiot on the phone, because I didn't trust him on the phone, he took offence to it. And they just haven't got back to me. You know, sort of. United well improved. I've seen an increase of male celebs starting to play golf. Thoughts, Eddie? I find it quite interesting, like Paddy McGuinness recently became a golfer and all. Well, the celebrities playing golf is nothing new. Famous people, famous, not women, but famous men have played golf for donkey's years. Sean Connery was a keen golfer. Henry Cooper. One of Sean Connery's mates, best mates, was the comedian Eric Sykes. He was a keen golfer. Um, Even celebrities like Clint Eastwood played golf. Lots of famous. So it's not nothing new, really. I mean, I think it's maybe the end game for those kind of people. Bruce Forsyth played golf. Loads of people have played golf. Sean Young, greetings, great man. I'm off to Laureate Sunday. 40 years is my foreign jaunt with the lads. Okay. Have a nice time anyway. Stephen West, do you like dogs? Do you mean dogs? Yeah. I loved them. I absolutely loved. I absolutely love dogs. You're talking about dogs. I love dogs. Beautiful, absolutely wonderful. I love animals, lovely creatures. But those particular nasty bastards, bull, pit bull, American bull, whatever you want to call it, they shouldn't have them. They're too dangerous to be out in the streets. Bobby Crush, I have a license for my dog. They gave it to me at the registry office when we got married. Okay. Hopefully she's not watching this. AJ, hi Ed, are the Scousers in your book based on lads you have known in the past or fiction? Yes, the first one. Well, I think what I've discovered is that if you're going to create characters, it's, look at the people that you've known in the past, and then creating the character is quite easy. You don't have to really invent anything. I mean, maybe, if the book was to become a success, some people may just think, wait a minute, I know that guy. And I know that guy in the book as well. Yeah, but maybe some people might just think like that, So I've changed the names, of course. But yeah, it's definitely based on people I've known. Yogi Bear, Ed, the guy that owned the dogs that killed the guy is being charged with manslaughter. Yes, okay, go along with that, because if they are really, aggressive dogs, then yeah, they should throw the book at these people. That would teach them a lesson. I think even a knobhead, a bloody headbanger who thinks he's clever because he's got a tough pit bull or whatever. Look at me and my hard dog. If that dog goes on to kill somebody, then he should be charged with, manslaughter, given a high penalty. And then maybe it would make them think twice about actually having a dog like that. There's loads of lovely, lovely dogs. I seen on the news today, people were discussing this, and he was saying, oh, even little dogs can be vicious. Excuse me, but I've never heard of a Chihuahua or a Dachshund killing anybody. I've never, the only little dog that I personally can't stand because of a bad experience as a child with one is a Jack Russell. I don't like them because they can be nasty little bastards. Then those. I don't. A lot of people love Jack Russells, and some Jack Russells are really nice. But I encountered one that was a nasty little bastard, so I don't like them. But other than that, little dogs. I've never heard of a poodle that's killed anyone. Never. Bobby Crush. I went to visit a friend in Bootle this afternoon. The place looked like somewhere in South Asia. Really, really, really. I don't know. Yeah. Really, really. I find that quite. So times have changed. So really, is that a good or a bad thing? I don't know. Stephen West, Germany is still under far left control since World War II. Okay. Mr. Vax shed and spread. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Mister. I hope all's well, mate. Lisa, Lisa Dale. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, she likes me. Lisa Dale is calling me dear. Isn't that? She be calling me Lovey. She be calling me Lovey next. Oh, are you all right, Lovey? Is everything okay, Lovey? Lisa Dale, God bless you, Lovey. Lovey, lovey, lovey. I wish I could kiss you. Well, Lisa Dale, lovey. She'll be back. She'll be back for more. That's not her only comment. Repair shop, like and share. Okay, thank you, mate. Thank you. Ian Bowden. Richard O had the perfect idea. I want your boot to while away the hours flying to Thailand in January. Well, I'm hoping to get it out in the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping that it will be available in the next couple of weeks. Like I say, it's the technical stuff that I'm doing now. Hopefully, I can get it all sorted out. Yogi Bear, Brian Street. Yeah. Lisa's back. S Travels 4K. Good evening, Ed and fellas. Going to Cyprus. Need the sunshine. That sounds wonderful. I've never actually been to Cyprus. I've been to Greek islands, but never Cyprus. So good for you. S Travels has got a wonderful channel, as you know, and he does some great walk around videos. And there's lots of lovely young ladies in his videos in bikinis and that sort of stuff. But he's worth all. His channel is very good. So please check him out. Anyway. Have a nice time, mate. Paul, a little bit of a romance going on here. Paul Hoskin, Lisa, darling, how are you? Okay. Nice bit of nice bit of romance going on there. Bobby Crush, you won't stop immigrants by the ballot box and protest. Those days are long gone. Okay. Your fair comment. Yeah, yours travels. My ex-missus calls me a passport bro. You need to Google it. I'm not familiar with that phrase, funnily enough. I'll have to. AJ, Santorini is one of the expensive Greek islands. Okay, well, good for you, Ian and Barb going there. Anyway, I'm sure you'll have a lovely time. I'm sure. Yeah, I wouldn't say no to that. David Martin, nice to hear from you, David. Hope all's well, mate. William, AJ, everywhere in Greece is basically the same as here. Well, it's not the same as England. Just got back 3 weeks ago from Harsonas. No, it's not. It's not the. It's not the same as England. Bob White, hi all. Is Ed back in the bay yet? No, I'm on the hot chocolate, and it's lovely. It's lovely. Yeah, Bob White. Okay. Yeah, Bob White. What's the subject tonight? We're going to get onto it in a minute, mate. Bobby Crush. A fellow with one of those XL dogs wanted to fight my dog. My dog ripped apart the XL dog in 30 seconds. He said, your dog is vicious. I said, yeah, it's even more vicious since I shaved its mane off. Like, good for you, mate. Like it. I mean, when you think about it, I wouldn't put it past some bloody people, to try and have a pet lion. Some people are headbangs. Well, didn't Mike Tyson have a pet tiger? And he had a pet tiger. I mean, he could afford a pet tiger, but I still think it's a bit of a daft thing to do. And that tiger did actually attack somebody. Didn't kill someone, but it did actually attack somebody. He realized it wasn't a good idea. Yeah. Brian Street, cash is king. Beware what's happening. Okay. Ian Bowden. Bruce Forsyth seemed to play a lot of golf too. Yeah, a lot of celebrities. Celebrities have always played that for years. Paul Hoskin, the best car you can have for dogging is a Rover. Okay. So let me just see. Yeah, Tandra, Eddie, I did a bank thingy online. Oh, was that the changing your ISA into a higher interest one? Well, I prefer when I'm going to do something like that. I actually prefer going to a bank and actually sitting across a desk from a person. But the bank doesn't seem very enthusiastic about that these days. And I thought the idea that they haven't even bothered getting back to me after saying that they're going to give me another appointment, I thought that was diabolical. But anyway, good for you anyway, Tanda. Good for you. Sean, okay, well, it's a joke there. Super Stephen, nice to hear from you. Bob White, Paddy was walking along a riverbank. He saw Mick and I said, how do we get to the other side? Mick replied, you're already there. Okay. Telecom is here. Nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. Hope all's well in Minnesota. Jason Finch, I'm feeling bad for this, girls. I'm feeling bad for this, girls. Okay. Whittaker wins Stanley. Agreed about dogs. One of my colleagues was killed by dogs last year. They stood us down on full pay. Oh my God! Oh my, that's bloody terrible. I mean, dogs are wonderful. Dogs are beautiful. Dogs are beautiful. I mean, one thing. If you actually, when I switch YouTube on my YouTube feed, there's always videos of animals coming up. All animals in the wild, dogs, cats. Because they know that I can't resist them. I love animals, absolutely love animals. I love dogs and I love cats. A bit of a softie when it comes to that. And there's some people who've got some huge channels showing their dogs and all this kind of stuff. One kind of video I don't like, I do not like it at all, is when you see some of these big pet dog, big dog with a little baby, a human baby. He's got a little baby and he's got this huge animal, snuggling up to the baby. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I think, that could easily end in disaster. That could. I don't like that. I'm not saying families with children shouldn't have big dogs if they're trained well. And, but I just don't I don't like watching videos with big animals and children together. I just don't like to see that. I think shouldn't be allowed somehow. Telecom, okay. Thank you for that. Brian Street, please, we have terrorism out. Please, we have terrorism now. Dogs. I feel sorry for the cats. Oh, I love cats. Cats are cool. I love cats. Tandra, same. I got chased to a park by a Jack Russell. The next day, I bit someone and got put down. Yeah, little bastards they are. Little bastards. I mean, I've met some people who are Jack Russells. And, I've known a few Jack Russells that are all right. But some of them, the one that I encountered when I was a kid, and it took a bite out of my leg. Nasty little creature. Yeah. Oh, I don't like them. I don't like them. Bobby Crush. Those chihuahuas can be killers too. One of them killed my mate's Great Dane. It got stuck in its throat. Like it. I like it. Let's see. United. Chihuahuas can be vicious, but never heard them kill anyone. Look, there are some chihuahuas that are a bit snappy. I knew someone who had like 5 chihuahuas, and they were all totally distinct from each other in terms of looks, and they were all like family related. And family related, these chihuahuas, and these were wonderful. They were absolutely lovely dogs. They all looked different. They're all friendly, but the father, he looked more like a fox. He actually looked like a fox, and he'd see it having fun with these other chihuahuas, and he'd come over to pretend to join in, and then when you least expect it, take a bloody swipe at you. Yeah, they can be vicious, certain ones. Gemini Star dog license was abolished in 1987. Okay, well, those pit bulls were made illegal in I think it was 1992 because dogs, these bulldogs, pit bull, American bully dogs, whatever you want to call them, they're all basically the same thing. Controversy about these dogs has been around for donkey's years. But I remember terrible incidents 30 years ago. It's about time they really did something serious about it. Jason Finch, Eddie, I'm feeling bad for this bar girls. Why have you got a bar girl with you right now and you're feeling bad for her? Well, you know what is? Explain, please, Jason. Telecom. We have known this for years. Is this about the dogs? You know, about the dogs. Let's see. I love to French kiss Lisa. Yeah, Paul Oscar. I'd love to French kiss Lisa. I'd rather put Lisa on a bloody dinghy and push it over towards France. That's what I'd rather do. Telecom. If we're the only life in the universe, it sure is a waste of space. Well, I'm sure we're not the only life in the universe. There's billions of planets and solar systems and all kinds of stuff out there. I'm sure there's tons and tons of life out there. It's the thing about UFOs, they've been in the news a lot recently. I don't really believe in UFOs because I find it unlikely that this wonderful advanced wonderful advanced machine can come billions of light years from outer space, arrive here, show itself to some drunk on a country lane one night, and then go home. Because because whenever I hear of UFOs being reported, quite often it's some drunk who was walking down a country lane one night and seeing one. Yogi Bear, the max for manslaughter is life, but it has to be that he don't go out to do it. That's the law. Bob White, Ed, the doctor gave the okay for travel. I haven't asked the doctor about travel just yet, but I've had a blood test and various other things. I will get a full checkup before I travel again. In the UK, Ed, do Amazon charge you to upload onto their site? I don't believe they do, but if you book sales, then they want a commission. I haven't got the in the UK, no, they don't. Like you say, they'll take a percentage of whatever you say. I'll get to all that later. So I can't really give the fine details just yet. Oh, God Almighty! God Almighty! God Almighty! Lisa Dale. The only people stupid enough to buy a book about you sleeping with prostitutes are the sad men in this chat. So you'll sell about 200. I'm sure you'll be buying a copy, Lisa. I'm sure you'll be buying a copy, Lisa. I mean, when it comes to sex tourism, you're the bloody expert, aren't you? Yeah. Can we get a picture of Lisa? Can we get a picture of Lisa here? Yeah, Lisa, a nice little picture of Lisa here. There you go. There you go. There you go. There's a picture of Lisa there. You know, when it comes to sex tourism, this woman's an expert. She likes a nice bit of Gambian sausage, doesn't she? Yeah, dirty old bitch. Oh my God Almighty, Lisa Dale, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a big round of applause for Lisa Dale, okay? Lisa Dale, okay? Now get that yuck. Get that piece of yuck off the bloody screen. How do I get that? Get that piece of yuck off the bloody screen. Okay, there you go. John Mitch, was a soldier aged 18 on Cyprus when the Turks launched their invasion. It's I sometimes see restaurants. You know, there's one near me, a Turkish and Greek restaurant, and I kind of wonder how that works. Because they're not really the best of friends, are they? Okay. Yeah, Telecom wants one. I want to see the Acropolis of Athens. Wonderful. I went there, as you know, in Greece, and it's wonderful. Absolutely, it's amazing how after 2,000 years it can all be preserved. And wonderful. I mean, Greece is a wonderful, wonderful place. Yeah, Ian Bowden. Now, this is a good question. With the West undergoing a massive modern influx of Latin, Asian, and African immigration, it may only be a few generations, or the whole planet will be one race, maybe for the good. I think it'd be a bit dull, wouldn't it? It'd be a bit dull. I mean, if all like doggies started shagging each other, like and yeah, just turned out. No, no, that's I don't think it would be really. I mean, I would hate to say the wonderful cultures of Europe disappear. I mean, most of the world's history originates from Europe. I'd hate to say it disappear. I mean, all those beautiful, distinctive looking European people like French and Italians and Spanish and Swedish blondes and all this. I would hate to see that, say, all of the distinct cultures of Europe disappear. But that would be a very, very sad thing. Ian Bowden, Ian Bowden, end of September are fairly modest. Three to 4 star B&Bs in Santorini hotels cost nearly £2,000 for both of us. Yeah, pretty expensive. Really, I haven't been to Santorini, probably for that reason. McLaren is here. Nice to hear from you, mate. Bobby Crush. Pet monkeys were not uncommon in Liverpool in the 50s and 60s. Merchant seamen would bring them back from their travels. I knew one fellow who had one on a lead, and he used to run up lampposts. I knew someone, an old Polish guy in Liverpool ran about that time, who he used to keep monkeys. He used to keep monkeys. I do remember that. Yeah. Let's see. Telecom. My favorite golf club is the Mulligan. Is that in Minnesota? Is it? I've never played golf, and some golf courses are beautiful. They're beautiful. I'd love to go on them. Stephen Tutty is in a stormy Madrid. Nice to hear from you. Richie though spoke to Vic, the owner of the Queen Vic, Soy 6. He has hot chocolate and diet ginger ale. Remember Soy 6 and not Soy 6-1. Okay, now is this name really Vic? Because that place is, I heard that it's been under different owners for quite a long time. And I heard it was called after Queen Victoria. But hot chocolate and diet ginger ale. But does he have the co-op variety of ginger ale? That's what I'd like to know. Richie Rich, it was the banking issue, the final straw for you to retire abroad next year. No. That's only mine. I mean, but I just find Britain really, really dull, to be honest with you, in this day and age. Hey, Isaac Maccock, this chat is full of comedians, isn't it? Well, nice of you to say so. Let's see. Ian Bowden, 40 a night, by the way, for that hotel price. About £150 per night, low season. That's expensive. That is expensive. Barry from EastEnders. Hello, Ed and gang. Those used dogs are horrible and need to be banned. I agree, mate. I agree. Nice to hear from you, mate. Bob White. Eddie, what's the latest with your medical condition? Have you got a date for your operation yet? Yeah, I have got a date. It's this weekend. Just want to get the whole nasty ordeal over and done with. London Cab, Thailand. All dogs are unpredictable. Okay, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. Yeah, cats and good coffee. The passport bros is a recent trend originated on TikTok that became popular. It refers to the Western man who take their passports and go to places like Southeast Asia to find a woman. That's fairly self-explanatory, really, isn't it? I thought it was going to be something far more interesting than that. Bobby Crush, those Jack Russells can be very dangerous. I was badly bitten. I complained to the England cricket board, but they said they decided to keep him as a wicket keeper. Okay, like it. Yeah. Bobby Crush. Lisa Dale was at the safari park, stood looking at the hippos. A keeper came over and said, "Keep walking, love. We're doing a stock take." Okay. Yeah. I think I'd rather shag a hippo personally. Telecom. Today, NASA released info of the JWST finding of promising life chemistry on exoplanet K2. That sounds. It's always. It's fascinating stuff. It's fascinating stuff. I'd like to think of UFOs and all that kind of stuff, but I mean we've already got enough aliens coming across the channel to be honest with you. But let me see. Yeah, my wife's gonna back Ed Sweeney's. I don't know what the hell she's gonna say. I'm gonna read this. Ed Sweeney's 20 stone wife back in England. Is she doing an an L routine? A Les routine with Lisa Dale, I wonder. Ed Sweeney's 20 stone wife back in England. I'll buy a copy. I hope you dedicate the book to me and Lisa Dale. We are your motivation to be a passport bro and go to Far East to get your dirty end away. Yeah, I'll go along with that, mate. I'll go along with that. Bob White. Lisa Dale is gagging for some of Little Ed. Oh, geez, it'd get lost up here, it would. Ian Bowden. Ed, if you give a Thai bar girl a kiss on the lips while she is working, would you expect to lose your job and face charges? Simple, she didn't consent to it. While she was well, when you consider what they did, I mean, it's a different kettle of fish because I mean, I've been grabbed by a Thai girl in the most private of places without my consent. Without my consent, they've just done it. They haven't asked me; they've just done it. I didn't complain. I didn't complain about it. But I don't know. Maybe it's a matter of time before it's going that way. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't give a girl a kiss on the lips while she's working without her consent, unless I was smooching up and whatever. I still wouldn't do it without her consent. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Bob White, Ed, I'm trying to make a bucket list. What 5 things should I do before I die? Well, I'll tell you the first one that you should do before you die. Have a threesome with Lisa Dale and my 20 stone wife. That's something you'll never forget. Gemini style. Lisa Dale wants to get laid tonight. And any take is probably not. We may be sick, but we're not stupid. Tonto, our world is changing and fast in the West. Okay. Bobby Crush, I've decided to move abroad to spend more time with English people. Right, that's it. We're going to talk about a. I'll just say hello to Englishman in Malta. He's got a great channel. Evening, Eddie. Back to sunny days in Malta. Wall to wall sunshine. Come and get your last chance for the sun. Well, we've had a bit of sun the last couple of weeks here, but apparently it's going to end, and that's it. That's all we're getting. But I'm sure Malta has still got plenty to offer. Nice to hear from you. Telecom. Better send Shatner back into space to check it out. Shatner's amazing. He's about 92, isn't he? And the thing, what amazed me about Shatner is that when he was a middle-aged man, and I think in his post Star Trek years, he didn't look very healthy, did he? He looked like he liked to drink. That's what the way he looked to me. But he's lived till 92, so God Almighty, good for him anyway. Brian Street. I went to Bristol Zoo this week. All I see had was one dog. What a shit zoo. Oh, okay. Think about it. Think about that one. Okay. As Telecom has nearly completed the bucket list. I've nearly completed my bucket. I can't really think of anything that I want to do that I really need to do that I haven't already done. Can't really think of it. Yogi Bear. Wasn't that Thai girl of a Thai when a guy grabbed her and she got up and let into him? She was a female kickboxer. Well, I heard that an Indian guy grabbed a Thai girl in Walker Street and ended up getting a hefty fine for it. Bobby Crush says, I kissed a Thai girl in a short time place. The kiss was salty. I thought you were eating KP salted peanuts. Then I realized she had just given an old Indian a BJ. I made my excuses and left. Okay, okay. I'm sure people from that part of the world will take that as a joke. Telecom, Shatner ate a lot of salads to lose weight during the original Star Trek years. Did he really? Oh, that's one thing I can't eat is salads. I can't eat salads. I really, really can't. But yeah, but years later, he put on a bit of weight and didn't look healthy, but he's lived till 92 anyway. Cats and good coffee. Steady Eddie Live. I believe I heard you considering Spain to retire. I live in, well, I like Spain, but I don't think I'll be moving there. I live in Spain. We are being invaded by Africans. Spain as well. And both the Lord and women are very feminist. If I were you, I'd move to Thailand. Yeah, I think I'd be better. I'd be better going to Thailand. Yeah, telecom. I never liked kissing a girl who smoked. It tasted like an acid. Oh, I know. I know what you mean. Well, I had a girlfriend once who worked in a fishmonger's. Imagine what that smelled like. Bloody awful. David R has lost 4 stone in weight. So good for him. He's now down to about, I believe it's about 12 and a half now. And he looks all the better for it. So well done, David. Well done. Good for you, mate. He's going on to Thailand soon. Good for you. Paul Hoskin, Lisa Dale, the final frontier to boldly go where no man has ever wanted to go before. Let me see. Okay, Super Stephen. Eddie, when are you coming to Thailand again? I'm working. I'm working on it. Okay, so I'll tell you what, Mark Oleg. Sorry, Telecom. Well, fish is like tuna, which is like licking a. Oh my God Almighty! It didn't smell good. Not very romantic. Not a very romantic. Not a very romantic. When you cuddling with her and she's smelling a bloody fish. It was awful. I'll tell you what. I'm going to get myself a quick drink, so I'll be back in a moment. Okay, okay. So there's still 110 in the chat. Let's see. Okay, Richard O. Ed, will you have an itinerary for Thailand? I'll make that up as I go along. To be honest with you, Telecom. My profile pic is of silent screen actress Louise Bruto became infatuated with. I've seen her, beautiful. I like Greta Garbo personally, but yeah, she looked lovely, absolutely lovely. Richie, though, will you carry on vlogging around Thailand? Maybe visit different provinces? I think I'd rather settle first and then make all that. There'll probably be a change in direction for the YouTube channel and all of that. So I haven't really decided on all of that. But anyway, anyway, we're gonna do a big question, okay? Okay. So we're going to do a big, and this is a really, really big question. Now, some people are going to say, "Oh, not this again," and some people will get irate about it. Okay, but you've got to talk about it. You got to talk it. There you go. Okay, okay. I'll phrase it like that. Okay, okay. Now let's talk a little teensy weensy bit about a wonderful country, a marvelous, marvelous, a country that I grew up wanting to visit because of the images I seen of the culture and the historical sites and the beautiful people and the exotic cars and all that. A country called Italy. I went there. Wonderful, amazing culture, absolutely amazing. And now, and now what's happening? Thousands and thousands and thousands and many, many thousands, 7,000 in one bloody day of boats, and they're coming across from North Africa, and they're coming to this little island, Lampedusa or whatever the hell it's called. It's the southernmost tip of that wonderful country called Italy, and basically they're coming here and they're swamping this little island, and it must be terrifying for the actual islanders. About 6,000 people who actually live there. There's more than that coming in one day on a bloody boat over there. It must be absolutely terrifying, terrifying for those Italian people who actually live there, especially if they've got families and young daughters and all of that. And it's just dreadful. It's dreadful. It's dreadful. And all of these people who are coming into Italy, many of them are going to make their way over here to our country before long. We were struggling, with tens of thousands of illegals coming here, and then it was hundreds of thousands per year, and I mean, it's going to be millions. It's going to be absolutely millions. It's going to be absolutely millions. So, is it time we realise that we are being invaded? Should we surrender? Should we just? We're clearly being invaded. We're shoveling shit against the tide. Absolutely shoveling shit against the tide. And Dick, I keep saying this, my own personal opinion, but all of these people who were born into these countries, they are people who, all of these people coming across in dinghies to here or Italy, they're people who shouldn't have been born in the first place because they were born into countries that couldn't look after them. They were born into families that couldn't look after them. And then when they get to a certain age, they think, sod this for a game of soldiers. I'm going over to one of those European countries where I can get what I want there. We're being invaded. Apparently, in one day, 7,000 people in one day, one bloody day came over in about, I think it was 120 different boats. It must have been terrifying. I mean, you know, we're sympathising. You know, in this world, you know, something bad happens to someone, an individual, and we think that's terrible, and we think of the poor 6,000 people who've lived on this island all their lives in the southernmost tip of Italy, to have all of these people invading like this, and it is an invasion. So, is it time to admit that they're heading this way? There's thousands of these going into it, and apparently the European Union, Germany is squabbling with Italy now. They're actually squabbling with each other. Germany was saying, well, you know, they're coming to your country. We're not having any more of we're not accepting those from your country into our country. They're all bloody squab. It's all getting balmy. Should we surrender? Because it just seems the easiest thing to do. Ian Bowden, with the tragic Moroccan earthquake and terrible floods and everything, shouldn't we be sending more from there? Okay. That's terrible. I feel deeper sympathy, but I'd charities. I'd support charities if I thought that the money was going to people who really, really needed it most, and not on some of these Lamborghini. Let's see. Bobby Crush, that island where 7,000 landed. The population is only 6,000. So at the start of the day, you know, there was 6,000 people there, and then 7,000, well, 6,000 indigenous people, Italian people who've lived there all their lives. That must be absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. I mean, the thing is, Britain went to war over the Falkland Islands. You know, a place where most British people didn't even know where it was, but we went there, you know, to protect our citizens all of that way. Why isn't the Italians sending a bloody military in there? Because this little island of these probably very, very nice rural people are being invaded. Bobby Crush, the entire way. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because they're heading this way. What they're going to do, this little island is a gateway. I mean, after this, you know, they won't be able to sustain them on this island. So what the Italians are going to do, they may start taking them over into Sicily, which is, you know, they may take them over into Sicily. And this is exactly what they want. This is exactly what they want. They want to get there. I mean, I love it. There's parts of it. I've got a friend who's out in Italy right now at this moment, and you know, and Italy's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful culture. I mean, I've travelled around Italy. There's other places in Italy that I'd like to go to. I'd like to go to Sicily. I believe it's a lovely place. I'd like to see that place, but not now. To these places, do these countries not realise that they may even drive tourists away? I mean, I may have booked a trip to Sicily because I would like to see Sicily. Apparently, it's a lovely place. Whereas now I wouldn't want to go there. I wouldn't want to go there and see all of this. I wouldn't want to see that if I went to Sicily. No bloody way. Yogi Bear, Ed, they've had up to 16,000 beds. 16,000. I mean, you calculate all of this over it's going to be millions a year. It's going to be, you were shoveling shit against the tide. We're shoveling shit against the tide. Bloody awful. Crypto Chris Card. Italian PM is supposed to be far right, but she's controlled opposition. Juiced in since she was young. Okay. Now the Italian Prime Minister. What is her name again? What is her name again? What is her name again? Giorgio Meloni. I believe her name is Giorgio Meloni. Very, very Italian name. And this is the Italian Prime Minister. There she is. Maybe that's the reason that they're all coming there. Maybe they said, let's get a boat, lads. This is what, if the Prime Minister looks like this, Christ knows what the rest of them look like. I mean, good-looking woman. I mean, don't forget, we once had Margaret Thatcher and people like that as prime minister. We didn't have one that looked like this. This is Giorgio Maloney, but she was elected on the promise that she's going to do something about all these immigrants, and she's done sod all. I mean, just look at this. This lady here was elected. We're going to really, really put the foot down on all the immigrants, and the next thing, this, you know what I mean? It's bloody crazy, absolutely crazy. They're coming this way. What we're seeing now is just the tip of the iceberg in this country. Yeah, it's just the tip of they're coming in there. They're going to go through into northern Italy. They're going to go into France. Yeah, and then they're going to be heading there. That's what they're going to be doing. But Bob White, Ed, if you start speaking about immigration, I'm off to watch some Lisa Dale. You change this. Lisa Dale porn. Are you sick? Are you sick? Let's see. Kiki and Jasmine on the Trail of Love. It's a European-wide invasion. It is an invasion. It is an invasion. And what are we going to do about it? It's just bloody. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Ben Fern K. Immigration is horrible in all Western countries, USA, UK. They can't get to Australia. Okay. Ian Barn, we're surrendering to this, but the lefties won't let us admit it. I mean, I can't see a solution. I can't see a solution. We're shoveling shit against the tide. I mean, the thing is, we need to put it across to these people in all these backward countries. Stop having all these kids, because in 20 years' time, they're going to be our problem, not yours. Yeah, well, maybe that's why they're doing it. Maybe they think, I'll have kids, and then in 20 years' time, there'll be someone else's. Yeah, maybe they are thinking that. Brian Street, 80% geezers. It should be interesting. Yeah. Nick Ross. I can't put that on the screen, but I know what you mean, mate. Martin Bertel, they should start to whatever. I can't really put that on the screen, but yeah, if it's an invasion, where does the military should, why is the military there? The military should be there to stop it. I've seen scenes of the Italian police, the so-called border force or whatever, trying to push back all of these immigrants, all of these illegal immigrants, push them back physically, push them back. I mean, they need the bloody military. It's an invasion. It is an invasion, and you need to. I mean, 83 years ago today, where the bastards. We won't call them, with a real name. Bastards from another country trying to invade this country, and RAF saw them off. The Battle of Britain. I don't know. I don't know. I just. We've got to do something drastic. It's not getting any better. And all of these namby-pamby politicians, they, But then again, I'm saying that namby-pamby politicians need to get tough on it. I mean, here we go. I mean, this lady here said she was going to get tough. I mean, what's happening? What is happening? Let's see. Bobby Crush. I never understood what the little Austrian painter was all about, but we're going to understand it a little more recently. Yeah, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, that's it. Nick Ross, send the Lisa Dale battalion to take care of all the males. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe there isn't it. I mean, these bloody. I mean, these here. Maybe coming here because they've seen, this lady is the prime minister, and they probably say, "Wow, what a welcoming smile that is! Come on, lads, time to get our ass over there." I mean, imagine, put loads of Lisa Dales on the beach. That'd frighten the bastards off for sure. Yeah. Let's see. Hard Shield. Ed, did you see a loop pole in Ethiopia? I don't know what a loop. I don't know what you mean, mate. Let's see. Bobby Crust, there's only one way to vote. You show you disagree with the invasion. Don't be scared. You know who to vote for. Okay, okay, okay. Cats and good coffee. The sad thing is that the Canary Islands, Tenerife, Las Palmas, Gran Canaria, are being invaded, almost like Lampedusa. Look at them. They're young men in the age to fight. Yeah, I seen them in the Canary Islands. I was there about 20 years ago, Gran Canaria. Let's see. Yeah. Telecom. We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall never surrender. Maybe wonder what Churchill. What that's interesting that because what would Churchill think about what's going on now? What would Churchill think on the 83rd anniversary of the Battle of Britain? What would Churchill think of this? Thousands of people. These are coming into Italy, but they're similar to those kind of numbers are going to be coming into our country soon. What would Churchill have thought about all of this? McLaren, dinghy to Amsterdam Dutch could do with getting stoned. Okay. Gemini Star, European Union's got its head up its backside. Okay. Hard Tulip, Ed, did you see a lot of poverty in Ethiopia? Well, what do you think? I see a fair bit of it. Fair bit of it. Stephen Tutty. Now, this is interesting. It's impossible to close all the sea borders in Europe. Also, it's controlled by the mafias. Well, where are they? Where are they? Let bloody Don Corleone and his boys sort these people out. I didn't think anyone could go to Sicily without a welcome from the bloody from the mafia guys. I didn't think anyone could go to Sicily. And I mean, if I went to Sicily and misbehaved, they'd quickly bloody let me know about it. I'd end up with a horse's head in my bed, wouldn't I? And yet, look at all of these back. Let those people. Let that Italian, those wonderful Italian people sort these guys out. Where are they when all this is going on? Ian Barnes, sod sending foreign aid to anywhere. We need to hear in broken Britain. Absolutely. I feared it would end up with, buying someone a gold-plated bathroom or a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. Ian Graves, they're probably giving these boat pass a free pass to the UK. I feel so sorry for the good people. I'm sure that the people. I mean, anyone who's traveled around these countries knows. I mean, the small rural people, and on this, I've never been to this Italian island personally, but I can imagine that the people there are probably wonderful people. It will live a very, very quiet, laid back, inoffensive lifestyle. And then they have to deal with all of this shite coming across the Mediterranean. Telecom, Minnesota will build a wall and we can get Canada to pay for it. JK Canada. Well, what's what would Trump make about all of this? I mean, we've heard what he said about the American-Mexican border. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Joe Hart, we need to stop them from leaving their native countries. We need a leader or leaders with vision who can find a way to stop the boats. They're coming. I mean, it's that old scenario that you keep doubling things. You start with a small amount, you keep doubling that small amount and double it and doubling it. And it won't be bloody long before you've got a whopping bigger amount. I mean, we're going to be talking millions of these people heading this way. in coming years. We started off with thousands, then we got tens and hundreds of thousands. We're going to have bloody millions of them, literally millions of them coming here before long. And a lot of them are up to no good. Brian Street, Ed, you're right. The clock is ticking. The clock is. I'm getting out of here. I don't want to. I don't want to leave England for that reason. I don't want to leave everyone in the shit. You know, I mean, all of these people are swamping England, which they are, and they're swamping Europe. I don't want to go to a place where they're not swamping to get away from them. I do still care about England. I'm English after all. Even some people don't tend to think that I've got much of an English accent, but I am English after all. I'm British. I've been brought up in a British English culture, and I care about Britain. And I love the culture of Britain. I also love the distinct cultures of other great European countries. And I wouldn't like to see it all go down, be washed away. I wouldn't by washed away by people who shouldn't be in this country in the first place. Yeah, Crypto Chris guy, Georgia Maloney. Yeah, absolutely. She's a good-looking woman. Bob White, Ed, the UK demographic is dead. We simply don't have enough children. 50% of population is over 60 years old. The economy will collapse. We need immigration. It's as simple as that. Okay. Oh, okay. You're entitled to your opinion, and that is possibly it's said that Europe has an aging population, and this is the thinking about it. But yeah, maybe we need immigration. It's as simple as that. But what we don't bloody need is this. We don't need immigration this way. Thousands and thousands of these people coming over in boats, and a lot of them are bad intentions. You don't think a lot of them are coming here to work, do you? They're not coming here to work. They're coming here to create misfit. They're coming here to create mischief and milk us with all that we've got. Telecom, he did build 51 miles of it. I wonder if Trump does get in, I wonder will we see that being resumed and he'll finish the job off, because he talked and talked and talked about it, didn't he? He talked and talked and talked about it, and he talked and talked and talked about it. And then he wasn't president long enough to see it through. Kiki and Jasmine, my old neighborhood in Barcelona is full of Moroccans now. Wouldn't advise anyone to go to that neighborhood now. Spain is becoming France. And Spain, France, Italy, Germany, Jesus, God almighty. These countries like Poland don't appear to have a problem, do they? We may talk about that's with them, but they don't appear to have a problem. But I don't think a lot of these immigrants want to go to somewhere like Poland anywhere, because it's not exactly rich pickings for them, is it really? So that's another matter. Nick Ross, I'll put this comment on. Oh, okay. Yeah, Bobby Crush, let the daughters of the lefties pay the price for the stupidity of their fathers. I won't come to their aid. Okay. But Barat Sagirov, I love shovel shit with tide. I love shit. Okay. Mark Telego, she needs a tooth whitener. Really? You mean old Giorgio there, whatever her name is, Maloney? She needs a tooth whitener. I think she's a good-looking woman. Yeah. Crypto Criscar told you she's controlled opposition. Fair enough. Bobby Crush says, yes, it's either stay and fight or leave. I'm leaving. I wouldn't like the idea of leaving people in this shit. I don't like the idea of doing that. We are being invaded. Where do I surrender? Where's the white flag? It's terrible. No, we've got to. we've got to do something. Everyone, every politician, every man in the streets, everyone is saying we've got to do something. And as for that bloody Keir Starmer, what's he all about? You know, he's making a deal. You know, he says he's going to, if he gets in, which he, if he gets in, he says he's going to make a deal with Europe to sort all this problem out. Load of bolt. There's all kinds of bloody deals. His deal has as much chance as the Rwandan deal or that other barge, you know, the prison barge farce, whatever came of it. You know, Telecom, I could whiten it. See, good for you, mate. Good for you. Don't blame you. I would as well. Bobby Crush, she's also issued 400,000 foreign work permits. 100% she's controlled fake opposite. Okay. Bob White, the birth rate has dropped 90%. We need immigration. Okay, well, they can all come and live next door to you then. Ian Bowden, Western politics is now all corrupt and weak. Bring back Trump, even for his downsides. Okay. Gemini Star, Mr. Barat, we need help with the immigration. Please help. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Get that off the screen. If anyone wants to phone in, they're welcome to. If anyone wants to phone in, they're welcome to. And basically, we can say what we've got to say about the immigration, but not too harsh. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to get into trouble. But yeah, well, we could say, anyone got anything to say about the immigration? Yeah. If anyone wants to call that number, we can say what we maybe suggest something about what we can do. It's disgusting. I think everyone's just disgusted. Everyone keeps saying it's time for us to really do something until the next time when they say we're going to really, really, really do something. I mean, and now we're using this word invasion. I'm not the only one who's used it. I've heard it used. I've heard it bloody used, but it's absolutely. Bobby Crush says only mass repatriation can save England. We can't even get anyone on a bloody flight to Rwanda. Stephen Tutty, once the immigrants have set foot in Europe, they're usually given asylum. Very rarely they are sent home. Crypto Chris Card, solution is to vote in a government that will do something about it. Not one that wants it, but says the opposite. To get votes. Oh, they're all out for votes, aren't they? Labour will be worse. They'll be bloody awful. Starmer, you don't seriously think they're going to solve this problem? No way. It'll get worse under Labour. Pretty sure it will do. Jay Easy, perhaps the West should implement the immigration procedures and process in place in Thailand. Seems to work well. Yeah, imagine them trying this shite in Thailand. They're not going to last very long, are they? Lord of Dreams, yeah, it is a true comment. Our politicians are spineless, yeah. Dutch Farang wants a dinghy to Thailand. Okay. You and me will sort it out together, mate. Whittaker Winstanley. It's a deliberate plan to swamp the Western countries with migrants for some reason, with both legal and illegal immigration. Okay, I'm going to put that down there. Both legal and illegal immigration. Australia let in 600,000 migrants last year and has a housing crisis now. So even Australia, which is an island, they're having these kind of problems. Heiko Veld, you can't expect Italy and Greece to solve this on their own. Other European countries are making deals with North African countries to keep them there, but it's just not enough. Shovel and shit against the tide, mate. Shovel and shit. Bobby Crush, there is no housing crisis in England. There are more than enough houses to house every English person. Okay. Richard Stockdale. Ed, I've lived in my council house for 50 years. My whole life, I've had a meeting with the council today. They want me out so a foreign friendly family can move in. Oh my God. My God. It's come to that, has it? Brian Street, the Battle of Britain is happening today. Why? I think it's more like the Battle of Europe. I think that, I mean, if they're coming in, 7,000, thousands, a day is swamping into Italy and flooding Europe. I think it's the Battle of Europe, really, isn't it? Nick Ross, I recall when the Vietnamese boat people started invading Malaysia and Thailand. I recall how the Thais handled it. Yeah. Oh well. Barat, who is this Lisa Dale? Is she for sale? No, you can have it for free with a frozen lasagna. Yogi Bear, you can say your piece, but I couldn't. No, I couldn't do. No, I can't have that on the screen. I already have, but but I'm not. I can't repeat that. Stephen Tutti, the Italians have tried not to accept these votes. They received huge criticism for NGOs calling them fascists and racist. Oh, God Almighty. Bobby Crush, all the unions are on it. If you're in a union, you're funding the demands of your own. I think we need to lighten things up. I think we need to lighten things up. I don't know what this is here. Okay, anyway, I'm going to lighten this up. I'm going to lighten this up a little, teensy weensy. I'm going to lighten this up. Okay, if no one's phoning in, I'm going to get that off the screen. Okay. So anyway, here we go. Okay, okay. A little bit of fun. We've had that. So we're gonna do, and this is the final one from UFO. The final one from UFO. Okay. What are we doing now? Yeah, put that on there. Okay. And caption this. This is a particularly nice picture. It's the final one that I'm going to put up with my wonderful favorite series of all time, favorite science fiction series, UFO. Caption this photo. Okay. Caption this photo. I'm going to grab another drink for a moment. La 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 la. Okay, so caption this vote. Caption this vote. That is, he was a fine actor, wasn't he, in the 70s? George Sewell. Fine actor in TV drama. And that is, of course, the absolutely stunning Gabriel Drake. That is the absolutely stunning Gabriel Drake, anyway. So, what are they saying? He's actually got something there, and he's been there to look, and she's looking at a isn't she looking cool there, Gabriel Drake? Isn't she looking so icy cool there, but warm as well, and absolutely stunning. So she's looking at it. Is it photographs? Is it dirty photographs? Perhaps. So what is she? What is the caption? Caption that picture. Yeah, telecom. Yeah, is that what a BBC is? Okay, like it, mate. Like it. Good suggestion. I like it. I like it. Gemini Star. I need a hair. She's already got. You can see her naked. Those who don't know this, Google the name of Gabrielle Drake and see what comes, and eventually keep searching. And she done a lot of nude stuff. A film called Au Pair Girls. She shows a lot of it. You know, she was very, very uninhibited in them days, even going back to the early 70s. Absolutely. Oh, wonderful. Absolutely. She was very, very, oh, my beautiful body. She wasn't shy about showing her body. Yogi Bear, the Germans and the French said they are not taken anymore. So where are they going to go to? Go on it? Oh, I don't know. They're not going to go on it. They're going to make the way here. Yeah, Kipax, you don't have one. Don't worry. Okay. But that's not a knife. That's a knife. Okay. Yeah, Bobby Crush. Enoch was right. Yeah. I think we'll go along with that. Ben Fern K. Nice mound. Can I climb it? Hey, yeah. Okay. Telecom. I must approve this order for more condoms. Okay. Fair enough. Boo-hoo. BBC is what Trudeau's wife watches if you get the drift. Okay. Bob White. I want chicken and eggs, please. No salad and a large singer. Okay, fair enough. Nick Ross. Geez, is it that big? Like it. Well done, Nick. Well done. Spitz Energy. Nice to hear from you, mate. What's the price of silver these days? Okay, like it. Doesn't she look cool, Gabriel? But if you want to see Gabriel Drake, and she done a lot. She got her clothes off in so many. Yeah, well, enough so that you can see all of it if you want. Gemini Star, I'm sure she's shaving. Oh, she wasn't shaving. Not in them days. Definitely not. Bobby Crush. Caption will let us a song called California Girls, very nice, but I'll leave it 40 years before you release the song. Okay. Nick Ross, on the subject of Gibraltar, go take it back if you can. Okay. Is Gibraltar anything? Yeah. Telecom, no carpet on it. There's plenty of carpet on Gabrielle Drake. This was like, around about 19. This program was actually made in 1968. She didn't get her clothes off in that one, but in the early 70s, you can see quite a lot of it. Mr. says there's a lot of fruit in Guatemala. Okay, fair enough. Telecom, she has carpet. Yeah, definitely. Very, very nice too. Yeah, Joe Hart. Here is the script for your next role, Gabrielle. It's called Au Pair Girls. Yeah. If you can get a chance to see that movie, Au Pair Girls, you can get bits of it, but you can get the relevant stuff on certain sites if you keep Googling it, and you will see all of it. Oh, and she is absolutely exquisite. Absolutely exquisite. Well worth a look. Cattle coffee. She is a cannon from the future with feminist hairstyle. No, I wouldn't say that. Nick, Mike West, the new Smash advert specifically says you must dress like this for the new advert, darling. Okay. Bob White, he looks like he's reading the menu. I mean, he looks to me like he's showing some naughty photos to her. I mean, just look at the look on her face. Yeah, he's definitely showing some naughty photos to her. Gemini Star. Here, carpet as well, hoovered. Yeah, Telecom. I enjoy a good shag carpet. Oh yeah, I'm very, very like those myself. Definitely. Teddy Jones caption. Look, miss, it's in your contract. All the women have to wear men's clothes. I've been into 2023 and they're all doing it. Okay. Oh my! I know what you mean. David Martin. David Martin. Richard O'Sullivan. Lucky twat. He was in All Pair Girls. I know what you mean, mate. He was in the scenes with her. He was in. Oh, imagine getting that close to Gabrielle Drake when in her prime. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, mate. Bob White, he's asking the young lady, since you have purple hair, do you know the difference between pink and purple? Let me show you. Okay. Cats and Good Coffee. Excuse my ignorance. What movie is that? It's the series UFO. It was on British television. It was actually made in '68, but they showed it, repeated it often in 1970s. Wonderful. It's even got, what's her name? The mother of Benedict Cumberbatch. What is her name? Wanda Venham. Another beautiful, like an original MILF. Ben Fernk, Gabrielle is 79 years old. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so anyway, Bobby Crush. I'll have the lamb korma, 2 poppadons, and a garlic naan. Okay. Nick Ross. Caption, mine will never fit in that. Okay. Telecom, being from across the pond, I was not familiar with the series UFO. It's a science fiction series, but they only made one series, 26 episodes. But I watched it a few years back, and I loved it. And it has an American star, Ed Bishop, who plays Ed Straker, complete with his futuristic car, but has a beautiful lineup of women, and I love it. I love it. One of my perfect. One of my personal favorites. Okay, so that is the beautiful Gabrielle Drake in a. Next time we'll do something else. Okay, so let's just remove that one there a moment. Okay, so anyway, listen. Thanks to everybody who answered the questions the other day. And when I said suggest something, so we did get some really good suggestions. And this is a good suggestion. Okay, this one comes from Popcorn. This is a really good suggestion. Yeah, and this is the question. The question is from Popcorn. Okay, Ethan, if you won or inherited £1 million, a large amount, life changing but not ridiculously rich, what would you do with it? Obviously, you would retire, travel, but would you sit on it, invest it, or try and use it to do good? Where would you like to help people? Where would you like to help people? Okay, so I'll read that one out again. It's from Popcorn. If you won or inherited £1 million, what would you do with it? Obviously, you would retire, travel, but would you sit on it, invest it, or try to use it to do good? Where would you like to help? Where would you like to help people? I mean, would you say you suddenly won £1 million? Well, would you travel the world, have a good life forevermore? Or would you invest it? Or would you use it to help people? What would you do with it? Bobby Crush. I know the script is terrible, but it's either this or Where's'll Gummidge. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Bobby Crush. If I won £1 million, I'd buy Eddie the best chips, peas, and pork chop he's ever had. Okay, thanks for that, mate. Okay, thanks for that. Boo hoo. No, that's not true. Richie, though, I would live in Jomtien and buy 4 or 5 condos and live off the. Okay, fair enough. DP, 1 million isn't enough to retire with these days. Certainly wouldn't make bankers rich time to invest it. You could retire on £1 million. You could retire in Southeast Asia on £1 million without a problem. Definitely. You could even have a nice woman as well and share your life with it. So let's see. Joe Hart says Joe Hart says unlimited access to bar girls. Okay, that's good. If you want £1 million, Joe Hart says unlimited access to bar girls. Your money, if it's your money, mate, and you know, wear yourself out, mate. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, Gemini Star. I'd give it all to my missus. Okay, probably last about 5 minutes. Nick J, you would have to help out others, wouldn't you? Family and a few friends. Sort them. Sort them. Would they help me? I'd only help people out who'd help me. Yeah, I would help. I would help a couple of friends. I definitely would help a couple of friends. I wouldn't forget them. But yeah, you know. I'd buy a bit more of the. I'd buy the whole supply, the co-op supply of Diet Ginger Beer. Telecom, yeah, that is a good one. I would give it all to Lisa Dale and tell her to see a surgeon. Okay, that's bloody good. Good, like it, like it. Brian, see, if the government gave us 1 million each, i.e., 68 million, instead of billion to other people, no, you'd have to give a million, 68 million times a million. What does that come up with? That comes up with a lot more, doesn't it? Mike West, I'd shack up with the things and spend the rest of my life jet skiing and karaoke in Phuket. Okay. Yogi Bear, the last 20 years, I've educated 28 kids in the Philippines. The oldest girl, Jing Jing, is now a child doctor. So if I won, that's what I would do. I have all the money I need. Okay, well that's good. That's good. I must admit, personally, I would like to, yeah, as someone who's travelled in impoverished countries, I would like to help, people who really need the money. But I mean, what I wouldn't do is set up a charity. I would not use this as an excuse to set up a charity. But, I don't approve of charities at all personally. But if it was my own money, but if I was to help, people who need the money, I would, damn sure that I supervised it to make sure nobody bought themselves a bloody, Ferrari out of it or anything like that. Bob White, I would invest 500,000 on a fixed rate account, spend the rest on travel. Okay, fair enough. Kevin Tottenham Hotspur, cheers from London. My first drink since 3rd of March. Okay, that's good. He's been he's about a month ahead of me in terms of sobriety. He started a month before me. So good for you anyway. You've been 6 months off the booze. Good for you. Telecom. Oh, you want a serious answer? Well, that's different. Well. Personally, I'd personally with 1 million, I'd use it to not what have a good life. Have whatever I want. Have whatever I want. I don't really want much out of life. I just want to have a good life, for the rest of my life. And I'd take the million out to Southeast Asia and buy myself a nice little place out there and just live happily ever after. That's what I'd do. That's what I personally would do. Mike West, 52,000 charities in this godforsaken land. And I'd be surprised if bloody 2,000 of them were actually honourable. Ben Fernk, you get me the million first, then I would see what I would do. Okay, fair enough. Mister wants to see the Acropolis. Okay, yeah, well worth a look. Well worth a look, mate. Nick J, charities are too corrupt. Would feel bloody good to help someone else who needs an operation or lost their job and needs help with the rent. Okay, I agree. They are corrupt. There are too many bad stories about them. Bobby Crust, there's an Aussie on YouTube called Now in Lao. He does great travelling way to mountain villages, giving the very poorest people warm clothing and food, etc. I'd love to spend my time doing things like that. No, that sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. Okay, if you're helping people, fine, but just make sure that the money goes to the right people. Kiki and Jasmine on Spot Silver is at a great price. Store it in at Singapore or Zara to get a great VAT rate. Okay. Barat, I would use it to promote Mr. Eddie on big buses to become Prime Minister, and he would save £380 million a week. Yeah, okay, fair enough, fair comment, fair comment. Gemini Star, 1 million. I won't even get you a 3-bedroom house in good parts of London. Who wants to live in London? I don't want to live there. Category Coffee. The Red Cross is the one bringing the best and very finest from Africa to Europe. Okay. Roger Manifold. Rule number 1, if I had $1 million, tell no one about it. I'm with you there, mate. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm with you there. Mike West, all the big charities have West One postcodes in London with properties over 6 million and CEOs on 3 times the PM's salary. Yeah, sounds about right. That's probably why I don't trust the bastards. Telecom, £1 million will get you a small starter home in New York City. Okay. Bobby Crusher, Royal British Legion has huge amounts of cash and property, and yet our vets are homeless on the streets. I've grown to despise charities. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't trust about too many greedy people. I mean, and some of the most, apparently nicest, most honourable people have squandered the bloody money on charities. It's absolutely disgraceful. Anyway, I'm going to say good night anyway. We've been on for 1 hour and 48 minutes. So I'm going to say good night. So I'll be back on Monday night at 9 o'clock, and I'll tell you about I'll tell you about the operation. Okay, I'm sure I'll be able to. I'm sure I'll be able to. I'm not going to make a song and dance. Just get on with it. But I'll be able to tell you the teensy weensy bit about the operation. Oh, okay. So anyway, thanks, guys, for your questions. We'll have plenty to talk about on Monday because there's plenty of suggestions from people. And anyway, in the meantime, have a great weekend. And I just want to get I just want to get my operation over and done with. I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to needles and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, we'll get it sorted out. Okay, guys, good night, and I'll see it on Monday. Have a great weekend, and I'll see it on Monday at where am I? I'll see it on Monday at 9 o'clock. Cheers.